Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Welcome to the Yarn Room Shenanigans. I'm Gayle.
And I'm Laura.
And this is episode 2.
Episode number 2.
I can't believe I want to thank everybody for such a great response. I mean, so many viewers and subscribers.
We've had over 600 subscribers. I think the last time I checked it was at 639.
No, it's higher than that.
Okay, I didn't check this morning because I was busy running errands this morning.
So it's so happy, so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoy it, and I'm happy that that you guys liked it too.
It's been an amazing response.
Yes.
We're blown away. So,
so
thank you so much.
And
cheers. We're going to have a little Bailey's Irish Cream because it's the 1st of March.
Yes.
And
Don't you say rabbit or something?
Yep, I did. I said rabbit this morning.
Okay. What does that mean, by the way?
It's supposed to be for good luck on the 1st of every month.
Rabbit.
Mm-hmm. And cheers to Ireland.
Yum. Oh, that's not bad.
That's our cocktail of the day.
Yes. And seeing as it's only 12:30, it's good. We're starting the day off well.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. So, over the past Laura, myself, and my husband, my bald man, Paul, we go to the movies on Tuesday nights.
Because it's senior night and it's cheap ticket night.
Right. So we go for something ridiculous. What do we pay, $5 a ticket?
We can get 2 tickets for $5 because you can't get more than 2 at the super low price. And then for the 3rd ticket, because we're seniors, we pay $8.75.
So that's a really good deal. So this past week, we went to see the new Marvel movie with
Harrison
what the heck
Ford.
was the name of it? Yeah, with Harrison Ford. Oh, what's the name of it? Left a lasting impression. No, I liked it. So the point of this is that Harrison Ford isn't he's the president, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the Captain America, he has to save him and whatnot. So I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's a Marvel movie, they're kind of full of action. So I'm sitting back and I'm all relaxed watching the movie. Then all of a sudden I hear, I look over, and my friend Laura is sound asleep.
Not sound asleep.
Well, you weren't awake. Unless you were checking your eyelids for pinholes.
You're outing me.
Yeah, so I was like, how do you sleep in a Marvel movie?
Okay, but I wake up at the crack of dawn every day and get shit done.
Yeah, you do.
So,
and you sleep in movies. It's all good. Hey, I do stuff too, So what else have we been doing?
Well, I've had kind of a busy week, but, I've had a lot going on in my yarn room, my shenanigans. So, want to get to it? Should I show a couple of things?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, I figured, while we're just getting up and running here, that I would, each time that we record, bring a couple of things that I have completed in the past for finished objects. So I'll show the first one here, and this is called the Porch Sweater, and it was designed by Jennifer Curly Girl Knits. And it's a cardigan, and I use on the round yarn. We had gone to the New England Sheep and Wool Festival in West Springfield a few years ago. And after we had done our, shopping around, we went and got lunch.
At Latitudes.
At this place called Latitudes, yes.
Imagine I remembered that.
And then there was a woman and, her people sitting at a different table. And I kept looking and I say, I love that sweater that she has on. And Gayle's like, well, go tell her. I'm like, no, can't do that. So, of course, guess what this one does? She says, oh, my girlfriend loves your sweater. So anyways, we chatted her up and found out that she actually designed the sweater. And this is it. It's called the Porch Sweater. And it's a cardigan. And it is one of my favorites. Of course, it's all in purple because that is my favorite too. So I just wanted to show that as a finished object from a few years back. and I used on the round, I believe it was worsted weight. I don't
It
really
looks like-
remember. It's been a long time, but
It
I think
looks
it's a
like-
worsted weight yarn.
Yeah, I like the buttons you
And it's
chose,
woolly
too.
wool. Yes.
And it's not super
You
wash.
probably helped me pick those
Yeah,
out.
not super wash, right?
No, not superwash. It's woolly wool.
Yeah, best kind of sweaters, but it's really
So-
pretty. And I don't know if you can see, but there's that little garter stitch and then a stockinette. It's really lovely. And I think I
Three
need
different
to make
colors of
one.
yarn.
Yeah, your color choices are good too. So there's like a little seed stitch and then a little stockinette, seed, stockinette. That looks like it would be fun too.
It is a fun knit, and
Yeah.
and I was really happy with how that came out. So that was one of my finished objects that I brought out of my yarn room at home, and yeah, it's one of my favorites, I would say.
Yeah. What about the sweater that you have on?
The sweater that I have on, this is a finished object also. Again, I've had it done, I think I made this a couple of years ago for when we went to Rhinebeck.
You got that from Mowry.
Yes,
But
I got
you wore it to.
the yarn is Freia fibers.
It's worsted weight.
And I want to say it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before Rhinebeck, that around that time
Yeah.
that I made it.
Yep.
And yep, I got the yarn at Skeins Yarn Shop in East Greenwich. Both the blue and the green are both Freia fibers. The blue is a gradient. So you can see as it starts dark and gets lighter and lighter, and then it's even lighter down at the bottom here where you have more color work. Sorry for the little flash of belly there. And then the green is a solid or tonal, and this one is more of a gradient color, and you just, you know, do the color work with the gradient and use
It's really
the
good.
tonal one for the rest of it, and it's
It
it's
almost
very
looks
soft.
like velvet to me.
You know what it reminds me of?
The relief, like
remember
a-
those like velvet green couches, and then the pillows that would be on it?
Yeah, the
That's
ones
what
that
it
you couldn't
remind-
go in the room.
Yes.
Like if you're,
yes.
you know,
If you were a child, you weren't allowed in that room.
right.
And it had those really velvety.
And plastic on the couches. And,
Yep.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So
it reminds me of that, of one
yeah.
of those
I had a girlfriend,
pillows.
and every time I would go there, I was you know, a kid. I was in I can't even remember, grade school, I believe. And so I would go to her house after, and we'd watch Dark Shadows after school at 3 o'clock. Do you remember Dark Shadows?
Yeah, it wasn't my
Oh
thing.
my God,
I liked going to Pile
I
at 3
like-
o'clock.
I like Goma Pile too, but I did watch, never miss Dark Shadows. So we would go to her mom's house, well, her house, and on the couch, there was like all plastic. And then there were, like, you could see the vacuum cleaner lines on the carpet,
Yeah.
but you couldn't walk on that. There was a plastic running you had to walk on. Like, this was, I mean, God. Yeah. Yeah, it was something else, but boy, that was,
That's funny.
yeah. Anyways,
So-
I have a finished project.
Yeah, well, show your finished
And
project.
this is mine. I just finished it. I don't know if last week, if you guys happened to see it on our first podcast, but this is what Laura has on.
Looks a little familiar.
Right? It's Tapestry. It is on my Ravelry page, and there's a link for that, and all the information's in the show notes. But it was very fun to do. This one's for my daughter Rebecca.
Oh, and interesting. You went from light to dark.
Yes.
I went from dark to light.
Yeah, and then on the bottom there's a little bit of it's hard to see from here, but
It's almost
it's
like
a
a
little
purple color.
Yeah, purple. So the colorway, I do have it here. So I used one skein of the all right, what did I use? I used one skein of a colorway called Salvia, and it's that blue to purple color, and it is Freia worsted. It is not superwash. And then I used 6 skeins of the charcoal, and I did make this size 42.75. I used the recommended needle. I used a size 5. The only difference that I did was from the underarm to where they want you to start the color work is only supposed to be 5 inches. Well, my stepdaughter is not that, she's not like she's old, but she's not 20. So I made that 12 inches, and then I started the color work on the bottom. So it's gonna go,
She's not gonna want something super cropped.
No,
Yeah.
no. So it's not cropped at all. It's a good length. So I just added on there. I think that's why I used extra yarn. Well, I know that's why I used extra yarn. And then for the ribbing on the bottom, I never changed ribbing needle sizes because I don't want it to come in at all. I like it when it hangs straight.
Yeah,
But
me too.
yeah, so the only place I changed it was on the cuffs. I went down to only one size smaller. Did it on a size, I want to say 7.
See, and I don't think I changed it at all.
Yeah,
on my
I
cuffs.
kind of like that.
And then sometimes I'll fold it up a little bit because they are a little bit long. So
I
you
just
can
do
fold
this.
it up and then just leave the little blue showing. And then, yeah, I push up too.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
do that as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like to do. It makes
Yeah.
it really comfortable that way.
Yep.
And so that's for Becky. I had made her a Christmas gift, and it was the Nadine. Is it Nadine?
So I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's spelled Nalinne. So I want to say Naylin, but not really sure. But it is, I don't have that with me.
I'll show it next time. It's a color work all over.
Yeah, all over Colorwork sweater. I did one, actually I might have a picture. I did one, and then the body was a little bit too short for me. I didn't care for it, and so I took out the bottom and I'm adding on. So when I do get that done, I will show it as a finished object. But let me see if I can show you a picture of it when it was finished the first time. Keep talking while I'm looking.
I shall. So I can show some of the stuff that I'm doing. How about this?
Here it
Oh,
is.
here we go.
Oh, you know what? I might have shown this last time.
Look at my hair.
So this
Oh
is a
my
picture of
gosh.
my friend Gayle wearing the sweater that I made. And on her, it's huge because, of course, the sweater is for me, not for her. But that is the Naylin sweater. And so I'm currently working on just expanding that a little bit. And when I do have that done, I'll show it as a finished object.
Yeah, and I'll bring mine out. So it's a little tighter than Rebecca likes to wear things, so that's why I made the tapestry, and I think she's gonna love it. And I love the neck on that too.
Yeah,
It's good
it's
for
just a rolled
jewelry.
neck.
It's not too much, and so I really like it. All right, you go.
Yeah, I have one more sweater finished object that I brought. Again, not finished recently, but a sweater that I would like to show. Another one of my favorites. This sweater is made out of Malabrigo Rios, and it's called Seve, S-E-V-E. And it actually is, it's somewhat reversible. This side has just one cable, and it has like a boat neck. And then the other side has lots of cables. So I usually wear it with the lots of cables in the front and the one cable in the back. But it is super, super soft. It's Malabrigo Rios is the yarn.
And that's superwash.
And yes, and
Worsted weight.
it is really one of my favorite sweaters.
The
And I do
color's
wear
so
it a
good.
lot. So,
I love the color.
but again, you can choose to wear it either with a lot of cables in the front or
Has
just
a
one
drop
cable.
shoulder. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, really pretty.
And
Oh,
again,
it has a little
Rios is
detail
considered-
up on the top here.
It's considered a worsted yarn,
Yeah,
and it has the saddle shoulders, and you seam them at the top there on the shoulder.
that's pretty.
Yep.
That's a good sweater.
So that was another one that I wanted to show as a finished object and something from my finished sweaters stash.
Really nice. Really pretty.
So, all right.
All right, so I did some. Well, I have so much to show, but I'm going to show these crank things.
So we're on to whips now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this here, I purchased this at Skein Yarn Shop. You'll notice that's our mantra, Skein Yarn Shop, because they're our local and
Local yarn store.
we love Lori and Justine. So this was $27. It's sock weight, extra fine superwash merino, 25 nylon, unique, and it's by Earth Yarns, URTH, and I really like their yarns. I've used them before. It'll give you a little picture on the side of the colorway, which is really kind of nice. So I go bowling. I know, don't laugh. But I'm a 10-pin bowler, and I'm on a bowling team called the Bedrock Bowlers. Because like Freddie Flintstone, all I can think of is when Fred and Barney are bowling, and they go ding 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 ding, and then they throw the rock
On their tippy toes.
Yes, and they throw the rock, and if there's a split, the rock splits, it breaks apart, and then hits each of the pins. Man, if I can only do that trick at bowling, they would think I was the bomb. Anyways, so since I've been going bowling a lot of times in between waiting for my turn, I knit. So a few of the men there have said to me, oh my God, is that a sock? You make socks? So I've made 2 pair and given them to a couple of bowlers, not on my team. These are just bowlers that we bowl against. And then this other gentleman, Dave, said to me...
So you're just attracting people
yes,
that
I
want
am.
socks.
Yes. So my friend Dave, that we bowled against last week, said to me, oh my God, I just love your socks. Do you think you could make me a pair? So I just cranked these out.
So Scarlett got a workout this week.
Yes, I used Scarlett, and I really like this. Feel this. I did not use the brake band. I used a 64 ribber cylinder.
It's got some meat to it.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's not flimsy feeling at all.
No.
But it's soft still. It's not
Right.
It's not toothy
No.
or hard feeling,
No.
but it has some oomph
nice.
to it. Yeah, very nice. So are you gonna
I'm going
are
to
you gonna
do,
keep them the same, or are you gonna make one this way and one that way?
I'm not sure yet. You know me, I like to do funky, but I'm not sure how he is. But I'm
Yeah.
going to use this. This is a skein of query fiber. If anybody was lucky enough to have bought query fiber when Janelle was dying, she has some of the most beautiful striped yarn and other yarns. I mean, I have...
Notice this cubby right here?
That's
That's
all
full
Janelle's.
of Janelle's query fiber self-striping yarn.
Yes, and I have to say this is one of four cubbies that is still in the cubby room. Do I have an illness? I know you all do, so I can say that. So
But
yeah.
doesn't our background look better this week?
Oh my gosh, right? Oh my
We
gosh.
really tried to spruce it up a little bit this
Yeah.
time. We didn't want to have to ask for a pass more than once on
Yeah.
on our background. So hopefully you're enjoying the part of the yarn room shenanigans behind us here.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do the cuffs, then I'll cut in for the heel. And how I do mine is first of all, I take the waist yarn out. Then I pick up and I do a cuff. I measure down how long I want the leg, and then I'll cut in a heel. And then I measure how long the foot is supposed to be, minus 1.5 inches. I cut the whole piece off, and then I make the toe.
So remember when in our first episode you were talking about cutting in the heel?
Yes.
And actually Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready just
They
shared
talked
about
about
this recently. It's Kirby Werby is the tutorial on YouTube
Oh.
for cutting in the heel with leaving the couple of stitches.
Yeah, I always
So if
do.
anybody wanted to reference that,
Can you put that in the show notes later?
Yep, her name is Kirby Werby, and she has a tutorial on YouTube exactly about cutting in that heel and leaving the couple of stitches still intact so that you don't end up with the holes.
Yeah, you get no hole. There's no hole in the gusset. It's perfect. So I think my friend Dave is going to like this. I really love this together.
Yeah, the
I
blue
think it's
is
going to
really
be
pretty
really
with it.
pretty.
But I think maybe your friend Laura helped you pick that out.
Yes, she did. She did actually. So yeah, when we were trying to put some stuff together, and I'm like, oh, I need a color for heels and toes. But I think it's perfect.
It is.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah,
happy.
very nice.
And as I said, the yarn is $27, and you get a lot of socks. I mean, you could probably get 2 pairs of shorties easily from this one kit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
That's a pretty big
Yeah.
tube.
Yeah.
And you've been. Does it come in 2 pieces?
Yes.
Or
Yes, 2
okay.
pieces, so 2 individuals, so
That
you
are
can
the
get
same.
the same size. If you're knitting
Okay.
it by hand, you'll get the same same colorway.
Mm-hmm.
And this is color number 61.
Very pretty.
And I know they have more of it at Skeins if you're interested, because this is really, really lovely.
I think they even have already made socks.
They do.
At Skeins
They
from
do.
that company.
They're $40, but you know, they're beautiful socks. They're already made, so you can tell somebody you made them and give them to them.
Yep.
There is that. All right, what do you
All
have?
right. Okay. So this is another whip that I've been working on. I did show it the last episode, but I've done quite a bit more. This is the striped sweater that I'm making for my friend Gayle. And if you remember, I was only up to the 3rd color the last time, this kind of purpley burgundy color. So I've done quite a bit more now. And I'm just about ready to split for the sleeves. I need to make that about 8.5 inches. So I probably have one more full color, of which I'm using this green right now for the next one. And then the next stripe I'll do 4 rows, because you do 8 rows total for each stripe, and then split for the sleeves in the middle of the stripe is what's recommended.
And this yarn?
The yarn is from Barrett Wool Company, and it's the Wisconsin worsted yarn. But
It's so beautiful.
so it's coming along. Just like I said, about ready to split for the sleeves, and then it will really move fast after we get that part done. And it's a quick knit anyways, because you're excited to work on it, and so you're like always wanting to get to the next color.
Right.
And so that's what I've been working on for my friend Gayle. And maybe,
You have a lucky friend.
maybe it will get done before it gets too hot.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Hey, what's that circle?
That's the on button where it says record.
Oh. I'm like, what is that circle? Okay, all right. Hey, look, don't mind me. It's
We're still learning the technology, but we
Yeah.
are getting better.
Yes, we are.
We got a tripod, we got a microphone.
Thanks to our friend Kevin and Ray, they told us what to
Yes,
do.
they helped us out with the technology when we got to spend some time with them last weekend when they came up for their they
brought
came
yarn.
to drop off their Needles at the Ready yarn, which is being sold at Skeins Yarn Shop.
Yes.
So check out their yarn, go
And
to
their
Skeins Yarn
podcast,
Shop,
Needles at the Ready.
and pick up some of that yarn. We'll be showing some of that later in
Yes,
our
of course we will.
acquisitions.
Yeah, and we love Kevin and Ray. So if you haven't seen Needles at the Ready, please head on over. They're like the best. Like I love them. Ooh. Anyways, so what else?
All
Did
right.
you go last?
I went last.
All right,
I just
so-
showed your striped sweater.
That's right. So
And-
I have something here,
Okay.
and I'm actually making this for Skeins Yarn Shop, and it's called the Alyssa dress. Isn't that great?
Oh, that's really
And
cute.
it is one box of Unique, the Earth Cup.
Oh, you're
the
on a
Earth-
unique
Yeah,
kit.
it just came in, so I said to her I would make a store sample for her. So I think I have the colorway too, if you bear with me a second, because I have a bag of tricks here. Bag o' tricks. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff here. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, is that it? No, I don't. It's somewhere. Oh, here it is, too. There it goes. Okay, hang on, guys.
Oh
hang
boy.
Hang on. All right.
This is the unpolished part of us.
Yeah, but this is fun. So it's color number 55. One box. I'm making a 12-month. So cute.
It's very cute.
Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. It has a little button here. So you can wear it either way. It's the Cashmere Junkie. So you can wear it with the buttons in the front, or the buttons in the back. And I have about another 2 inches to go for 12 inches. And then you do, I want to say a little garter stitch. Yeah, a little garter stitch edging that will match here. But you know, it's self-striping and because it's,
And
you
just
know,
a little baby
sock.
dress.
And it's just a tiny little baby dress and you can throw it in the washer and the dryer. And I just think it's so cute. This almost looks like a different part of the pattern, but it's just the way the yarn came out. But I don't mind it. Does that bother you?
No, not at all.
No.
I love the purple in it.
Isn't it pretty? I like the brown too and the blue, or whatever the color. Yeah, brown and blue it looks like. Oh, I just love it.
Yeah, those are all your colors, all
Yeah.
those jewel tone colors.
Gee, what? Yeah, so this has been fun. I just started it like a day ago. I'm doing a size 4 needle. I'm using my Likey needles because I like them. And yeah, so it's been really
Is that
fun.
how you say that?
I think so.
Likey?
L-Y-K-E-E,
Yeah, that's
right?
one of those things I've never learned
Yeah.
how to say right either.
Yeah, it's like I always thought it was queen fiber, but it's ching
Yep.
fiber. Yeah, it's one of those things that, who knows. But yeah, so this is a size 12 month. It is in the Ravelry notes and the show notes. So yeah, one box, $27. And
in the notes below.
in the notes. I know you like
I
that.
do.
So yeah, so you know, if you're looking to make a baby dress or something, I would suggest this really quick. And how do you say her name? Hillard Tag, the
Who's
Cashmere
me?
Junkie.
I don't know.
T-A. Yeah, I can't.
I have no
I'm
idea.
really bad, but it is the Cashmere Junkie. And let me see if I have it here.
All right. Well, while she's looking
Yes.
that up, I'll move on. So remember last week we introduced to you that that we're doing the roll of the dice to work on some of our whips. So my first roll of the dice last week got me what's called the Robin's Nest cardigan, and Taiga Hilliard.
Yeah.
Taiga is
Taiga,
how I
is
would
that
say.
how?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Taiga. That's how I would say
Oh,
it.
it's all blown out.
Taiga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's in the notes anyways.
All right.
Okay.
So oh gosh, I'm in the middle of a row, so I'm not going to be able to show it very well. But anyways, it's called the Robin's Nest cardigan, and it's by Knitspot and Bare Naked
I
Wools.
love
And so I'm just starting one of the sections. Now this is a cardigan that's going to be pieced together. And I've never actually done a piecing together sweater, so that's going to be something new for me. It's got some like lace work that you're doing in the body of the sweater, and then it was the 2x2 ribbing to start the bottom there. So I worked on that this week and got quite a bit done. This is the right side. I marked it with the thing there. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's got some like chevron lace.
Oh, it's so pretty, Laura.
Patterning going on. And this yarn is Bare Naked Wool yarn as well. I had bought the yarn.
That looks like DK.
I think I saw the sweater advertised because I subscribed to their newsletters. So it was a Knitspot pattern, which is part of Bare Naked Wools. And I saw the pattern and then went and got the yarn. And the yarn is called Deco Sport.
Sport weight.
It's a sport weight. And it's super, it's woolly wool, but it's soft and really, really nice to work with.
And the stitch definition's beautiful. for
Really
this.
good stitch definition. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that's coming out.
I want
Are
this.
you feeling jelly?
Yeah, I want this. Yeah, I want this.
Well,
It's even a little springy.
yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really nice. I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I'm very jealous. What's it called?
Robin's Nest cardigan.
Well,
And like I said, by Knitspot.
well, I'm a little jealous.
Oh.
Yep. I gotta tell you, it's the truth.
All
This
right.
is all the truth coming out at you.
I'm just going to bring up my my show note documents here to see if it can remind me what else I have to show.
Oh, I'm having a hot flash.
Uh-oh. Robin's Nest Cardigan by Hanson, Knitspot. And I do have a Ravelry page started, and the link is in the show notes below.
You love doing that. I actually have a Ravelry page I started.
Awesome.
It's
Good
the first
girl.
time in many years. And it's funny because there's a few
Yeah,
times.
but we were going to make changes in
I know,
2025.
I think we're doing good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
Exactly. It's funny because I wanted to do a test knit for Max and Vincent, and this is before I knew them. And not that we're best buds, but we do know each other. They've been here to Skeins Yarn Shop. We've gone to dinner together because we do everything together. But yeah, they wouldn't pick me because I have nothing up on Ravelry. So I am now trying to be very mindful, and also it helps for the show notes below. So I have something else to show, and this is from my friend Debbie Barrett, and I just love this. Love it. It's called Vestiges, and it's by Ambah O'Brien. It is a by pattern, but she used a bunch of, didn't she say she used scraps from fingering weight scraps?
Yes.
So this is, look at how beautiful.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
the gray on the inside, on the in-between rows is all one. That's
Right.
not scraps.
And
but
that
all
was-
of the brighter colors are scraps that she had.
Right, and that was one skein of, the gray is one skein of Manos Alegria.
You're slacking
Which-
on your job here.
I know, I didn't finish it, sorry. So one skein of Manos Alegria, and on her color's great.
Yes.
So she needed
And
a
she's
little.
just putting them together kind of haphazardly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
very
I
pretty.
just look at how good
And
it goes with
then-
this.
So then it changes. First it has stripes, and now it's changing to some lace work.
Really pretty, better that way. Really pretty, some lace going on. So there's only 50 rows of lace, but I love it. And she's doing such a great job. It's so beautiful. Oh, I just love this. And I don't know what's up today, but this is a great shirt. I mean, it actually matches, doesn't it? Look
Look
at
at
that.
you being all color coordinated.
Go sister, go sister. I like it, don't you?
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's from my friend Deb Barrett, whom I love.
Very, very nice.
Yep.
All right.
So what do you have, friend?
So, so I shared my first roll. So I've done 4 rolls of the dice since the last time that
I'm
we
a
met.
slacker.
Because I'm rolling twice a week. So I roll on Sunday and Thursday. So actually I haven't rolled yet today. Well, today's only Saturday,
Right.
so I'll roll tomorrow. But I'm rolling twice a week. So I have four whips that I chose this week. I already showed you number 11, which was the Robin's Nest cardigan. The next one was number 6, and that was from a project that I started in 2024. And this was it's called Flora and Fauna blanket, and it's a knit along that the girls from Fleece and Harmony up in Prince Edward Island.
They're another one they have to
Yep,
watch.
so Fleece and Harmony is the name of the podcast that they have. And then Kim actually lives on a sheep farm and has a yarn shop on the sheep farm and a woolen mill on the sheep farm. She does the whole thing. And we went there
When we went
in
to Prince Edward
October
Island.
of 2024. At any rate, they did a knit along for this blanket, and the 2 girls that work with Kim are Simone and, oh my gosh, Betsy. Sorry about that, Betsy. Had a little brain fart there. So what they did was Simone and Betsy worked on designing the patterns each month, and each month they did 2 patterns. So one would be a design and the other one would be like a geometric. So this was the
This is
first
so
one that
good.
I've done.
So
So
good.
they're 12 by 12 squares, and
That's so good.
Simone did all of the graphic design of, putting the design together into the graph for people to knit. So that was the first one. And then this was the second one. So generally speaking, Simone knitted the ones that were the Flora or Fauna, and Betsy did the more geographic ones. And so each month there were the, 2 of patterns that they came up with. Well, I didn't keep up with it very good. So it got put into my whip pile. And I will tell you, so it's the yarn that's used is their Fleece and Harmony yarn, and it's called Selkirk worsted. It's 100% worsted wool, comes from the sheep.
It is not superwash.
It is not superwash.
Nice.
Comes from the sheep on Prince Edward Island. They have their own flock of sheep, plus they
We
do
saw
get
them.
wool from other sheep on the island, but it's all fleece that has been harvested from Prince Edward Island sheep. And the yarn that is used for this blanket is called Selkirk worsted. And so that's project that I, kind of threw my dice. And so I got started on the next square to get back going. So this one is going to be, you can't really tell yet, but it's going to be a bunny, a hare, and those are the 2 front feet. So it's not, you can't really tell yet, but I got going on this. So I got all of that done in the 2 weeks since the last time that we podcast. So, pretty proud of that. It's a lot of color work, and it's a lot of catching your floats in the back.
But beautiful.
So it's coming along, but
so
that's going to be.
You already have all the yarn and everything.
I've already got all the yarn for all the squares, and if you are interested, they are selling the pattern on the Fleece and Harmony website. I bought all the yarn from them and got the pattern, but you can, go ahead and do that now.
Can you buy just the pattern if you want to?
You can purchase just the pattern, and use your own wool, or you can get the wool from them as well.
This is Fleece and Harmony, and this is me, Laura, and my friend Debbie. And
my friend too.
Yes, when we were in PEI. It was great. It was so fun. That was a good trip, wasn't it?
Yes. And Kim, who is the owner of the Fleece and Harmony, she was, I believe I think I'm saying this right, on the board and one of the primary people that was involved in getting their first annual not Fleece and Harmony, but Prince Edward Island Fiber Festival going. Yeah. And we went to the first inaugural.
Yes, and Laura drove
event.
How many hours? 15
it was about,
hours?
No, not quite that much. It was like somewhere between I want to say 11 to 13.
Oh, it was
because there was a little bit of a time change too.
Yeah, and we. Yep.
I like a road trip.
It was a big road, and she did it all. We don't stop. We stop to tinkle if you have to.
Right.
Only if you have to. That's the rules. Yeah. So yeah, but that was a fun time, right?
And that was so. Rolling the dice got me to pull that out of the closet and get going on it, and I'm glad that I'm gonna get working on it again, and eventually I'll have a nice blanket.
And I have been remiss this week because I didn't. All right, so there have been people at our local yarn shop that have watched the podcast and they're like, "Wait, I don't understand." Now there are no rules to this dice thing. The way Laura's doing it, and I didn't understand it, so I had an anxiety attack. I thought that she was going to roll twice a week. And then just keep working twice a week on. So now we have 2 projects. Now we have 4 projects we're working on. Now we have 6, on and on and on. She works on them for 1 week and then puts them back into the pile.
Right.
Rolls again. So you only have 2 whips plus your current stuff that you're working on at any one time. Or else you would, but.
Yeah. So I roll on Sunday and I pick something out of the pile. And then by the time Thursday rolls around and I get to roll the dice again, I feel like working on something different. So I roll the dice again and I get a different project to work on.
And then you put that one
And
back.
the other one goes back in the pile.
Yes.
Until I roll that number again. Yep.
So that's how that works. So you have 20 projects
But
that
you
are
can
pretty
do it
current.
however you want.
Absolutely, but I like the way you do it because I was having anxiety. I was like, if I keep rolling this dice, I have like 40 whips back there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have all these whips. How do I keep current? What am I gonna do? It was making me stressed.
It's already a work in progress, so it just
Right.
means that when you roll the dice, you're actually gonna work on it a little bit.
Exactly. So
And then, then you roll the dice again and pick out
Yes.
one of the other things.
and you remember, so this is, I'm gonna do that later on today. Actually, I did do it the other day, and I
Yeah.
got Paul's sweater. So,
Right, but we could roll at the end for both of us.
Okay.
Like I would normally roll tomorrow, but I wouldn't
All
mind
right.
rolling today
All right,
just to
that's
get
what
the
we'll do.
number in place.
that sounds like a plan, Stan.
So let's see. I have so I did 4 rolls in the last 2 weeks, and I've shown you. Let's see. I've shown you the Fleece and Harmony. I've shown you the Robin's Nest. The other one that came up now. This one I rolled the dice, but didn't actually work on it because
Now here comes the excuse.
here comes my excuse. So remember my granny square crochet blanket
Yes.
that I'm working
Yes,
on that I
love
showed.
Yes.
So I got kind of really into working on that, and and it is an excuse, but that's a lot easier to work on than
Oh
the
my
thing
God,
that rolled
yes.
the dice. The thing that rolled the dice is the Rustic cabin scarf
Oh, it's
by
beautiful.
by
Max.
Max.
There.
It's actually it's not. It's that pattern is a Le Garçon pattern, not
Oh,
a Max
okay.
pattern. So
Does that mean that Vincent did it?
no, it just means that I think it's the pattern is associated with the store versus just being at Max's pattern. Some of them say Le Garçon and some of them say Max. Anyways, so
That's a nice bag. Where'd you get that?
yeah, this is very nice. This is from Hide and Hammer, and I purchased this from Le Garçon. It's a wax
All leather.
all leather bag, and look at that nice pin and tag on there to tell me what number it is, and that was the roll of the dice was
And that's,
number 2.
yes, so that's how those come, those,
Here,
yeah,
I'll
they
show-
need to see that.
Yeah, show
Just
it.
in case.
So what I did was I purchased these big safety pins that what's got stuck in there that don't have a coil on them.
So that they can't hurt your knitting or anything.
Right, exactly. And then I got these metal numbers.
1
again,
through
this
20.
was 1 through 20, all off of Amazon. They come with the little ringlet, but you have to put the ringlet onto the number or the number onto the ringlet. And then that goes like that. And then you put that onto your project bag or your, in this case, my bucket. And there you go. So anyways, the reason why I didn't actually work on this one is because it is it's a project that is requiring you to
It's
do
in Tarja. So you-
Tarja.
Right.
So you got like 4 different balls going on, and it's all gets.
Oh my God, it's
You
so
know,
good. This is so good.
It is.
I have
It's-
the yarn to make this.
So, and if you remember, I have a hat that is in the same pattern that I showed.
Look at the
So
marled.
close.
That's their new marled yarn.
Right. So, in all honesty, I didn't work on it because when I work on things, it's usually when I get up in the morning at the crack of dawn.
4
And-
o'clock.
Yeah, like 4:30. And I get excited because I wake up and I think if I go downstairs now, I don't start my workday until 9:30 and I work from home. So I don't have to like get in the shower or anything till like 8:30. So if I get up at like 4:30, that gives me 4 hours to work on knitting and stuff before I have to even think about getting ready for work.
The things we think of.
And that excites me. I love knitting. So anyways, but I didn't work on this one because of the fidgetiness of the
Moving all the balls
intarsia and all the
around
balls.
yeah.
And I was very excited about working on my
Granny
Granny
square.
square striped blanket. And it's almost done. I probably have about 3 inches left to go with the stripes. I wanted to make it a total of 60 inches, and then I'm gonna do a border on it, and then it will be done. So I won't bring that back until I actually have it done. I'll show it as a finished object, but I got tempted to work on that this week. And so even though I rolled the dice and got this number, I didn't work on it at all.
Oh, well.
And then my last roll of the dice, which I did work on, was...
You did good rolling the dice. And
Yeah, I
working
rolled
on
the dice
things.
every time. Oh,
I'm
it's
going
in
to be
this bag
better
here.
this coming couple of weeks.
So, this bag. This bag is a
love
bag.
those.
It's called Oh Wow Amsterdam. And they're hand-painted bags that are sold at Skeins Yarn
They're
Shop.
really nice canvas too.
Really, really nice. Sturdy. The cord is like parachute cord, so it's very, very sturdy. And each one is hand-painted and then sewn. They're just beautiful bags.
Yeah, they are.
So anyways, in here, and this is number 4. I tag, see that right there? If you remember, I showed this sock, which was a half-finished object from the last go around. And in this bag, I have all of my yarn that is the Wicked collection, of which I had said that I'm gonna make socks out of all of that yarn. And so I rolled the number 4, and I haven't finished the second sock yet.
Oh, good for you.
So I
You
got
worked on
that
that
as my
too? Oh my
as my
gosh.
4th roll, and I worked on
All
that
right.
a little bit.
I'm a slacker.
So those are my rolls of the dice from this week, and everyone got worked on except for the Intarsia one.
I feel pretty
Yeah.
accomplished.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and
I'm jealous.
because you do something different a couple of times a week, you don't get bored.
Right.
So and then I'm working on other stuff as
Right.
well.
We always have the current
yes,
projects going.
yes,
So
but those were my rolls of the dice.
Well, I have a whip that I'm working on, and it's called Grid Gambit, and I am in love. I love
So
pink.
pretty.
I mean, I just love pink, and this is it's such a fun pattern to do, and it's out of Justine from Never Not Knitting RI. This is her favorite yarn to use, and I have to concur. This is called Double Sunday Petite Knits, and it's $11 a skein at Skeins Yarn Shop. The Queen's Gambit. No, that's a movie. The Grid
was a
Gambit.
good movie.
That wasn't that good.
So
And I
good.
love that girl in it.
Yeah,
I
her
don't know her
eyes.
name.
She's got these big, beautiful eyes.
Doe
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
Yeah, she's really something. So I'm using 2 skeins of the Double Sunday, and I'm using 1 skein of the Freia Handpaints. It's a sport weight ombre, and the color I'm using is Cloud.
And we
So-
decided that this is non-superwash yarn,
Correct.
right?
It is non-superwash. So it is. I have to say, I'm having so much fun doing this, and I totally love it. Like, I really, really love it.
It's really pretty.
Easy to do. It's fun. I feel it too.
Yeah,
Isn't it
Freia
yummy?
yarn is beautiful.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
yummy.
very, very nice.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I'm
Can
really
you see
loving
that
it.
good?
Yeah, so pretty. Oh my gosh. It's like bubble gum. That's what my friend Debbie Barrett calls it, bubble gum pink. So, and it's actually called,
It's like Pepto-Bismol.
does that say Farge? I can't, is it F-O or F-A? Neither one of us can see well. I know we said that last time.
Farge. Farge. Farge.
Or Farge. It's Sandnes Garn.
Sandnes Garn, yes.
Yeah, and it's-
Sandnes.
Really pretty, isn't it?
Double Sunday. This is Justine's favorite
Yes.
yarn.
Yes. And I have to say, Judy Olson is making a sweater. Wait till you see it. Or she made it. It's in
She's a
black.
beautiful knitter.
Oh my gosh. It's
Hi,
so
Judy.
nice.
I hope you're
Hi,
watching
Judy
us.
Olson. All right, do you have more to show?
So, next thing that I have on the list, if you've shown, did you show all of your
Nope.
whips? Okay, you keep going then,
Okay.
because the next thing that I have would be our acquisitions.
All right, I have those too. So, I have to
Oh,
show
and I
you.
have a rug
Yes,
looking thing, but
yes.
that's towards the end.
Yep. So my friend Judy Sabo, who works at Skeins, made this blanket that was so fun and cute. I have to show it to you. Oh my god!
That's not
You're probably
showing
not
good.
going to see it.
You have to get
Hang
up
on.
really close and then not let it blow out.
I think that's a little better. No. Anyways, it is in my my Ravelry page. So it is a baby blanket.
You put her blanket in your Ravelry page?
No, I put it in the show notes or so. No, I linked it, not hers, but I linked the pattern.
Okay, gotcha.
The pattern. So not her blanket because it's her blanket, but she was kind enough to tell me where the pattern was, and I don't have the pattern for the puppy yet, but I will. And when I get
so
it,
the puppy is crocheted and then applique on to the blanket
afterwards. So
and it's a crochet blanket.
yes, it's uber easy.
Oh, you're making one.
Yeah, I have to have one.
Okay, so now, well, I don't have any babies in my life,
But
so I
Allie's
won't be
having a
jelly.
baby.
Yeah, but that's your niece.
Yeah, but you can make one for me. I would like it.
I've got enough to do.
All right. Well, I'm just saying because it has a dog on it, and we all know how I feel about dogs. Anyways, I am using this. You use one skein of. I'm using Ultra Wool DK by Barocco, and it's only $13 a skein.
Real wool.
It's real wool,
Which
but
is
you
good.
can wash this. It's super wash, but feel it, Laura.
Oh, I know.
It
Yeah.
feels good.
Ultra wool is super wash.
Yes, and then you
It
use
sure enough is.
two
Look at that.
skeins of this cream color and one skein of the mint, so all of them together. Oh, isn't that good?
Very nice.
So I started this yesterday because I couldn't help myself. I'm using a size G hook, just what it said in the pattern, and it
Gayle
worked
gets
out.
jealous very easy.
I can't.
If someone
I
else
can't.
has something that she likes, she wants to do it right
It
away.
doesn't matter. I have to have it. I'm so bad. Like I know that about me, and that's why I have like 50 whips. But I have one other thing to show you because now talking about jealous. Oh, and then I have another. Talking about jealous. Now you know how last week when Laura showed her Granny-stripe-blanket, I was like, I want that. I have to have it. So, yes, I have started one. And I'm using the same pattern
Great.
Laura did, the Attic 24. Oh my God, how good is this? This is query, this is a skein of
Self-striping.
query self-striping
Yeah,
up on
it's
the
really
top.
cool how the self-striping
Isn't it
comes out when you
fun?
crochet.
Oh my gosh, I
You get
love
like
it.
blocks of color.
And this is all my sock scraps, and I'm using a size G hook. You put on, I want to say 141 stitches, and go stitches.
And you're
chain.
happy with the width of it.
Oh, I love it. It's just like
Good.
yours. I had to have
Yes,
it.
we created a whole bag full of.
Yes.
It's right over there somewhere.
Yes.
So,
this.
yes, was it Thursday? Thursday, I
Look.
stopped by.
Look. This
And-
is some of my singles. This
So
is some
this bag, so I'm a little,
OCD, and
Little
I'm
bit,
and
right?
I'm not at all.
so I told
Look.
Gayle that we couldn't put any
Look.
skeins in the cubby that didn't have a tag on them to tell us what they were. So these are all of the minis
this
and
insane?
skeins that don't have any kind of a tag on them.
yeah,
She wasn't allowed to put them back in there.
right.
So
and where's
these
the
are,
ones that we have? There's still all that.
yeah, but those at least have tags
yeah,
on them.
but I still have another full cubby.
So these are the ones that she gets to use for her blanket.
Do you think I have a yarn problem? Oh my god.
Doesn't make you a bad person.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. This is ridiculous though, right?
But I do
Oh my
like
gosh.
organizing her.
Thank God somebody has to because
The-
all right, look. if
Tell her about what I do with your needles.
Oh my gosh. Now, this am I exaggerating? I have probably over 200 needles. That's not an exaggeration.
Because you know when you can't find the needle that you want because it's on something else,
You go and buy another
you go
one.
buy another one, right?
Right. Or else if you're at a yarn
That's
shop
what
and
the
you
smart
buy a
people
project.
do.
Exactly. If you're at a yarn shop and you buy a project, well, you want the pattern in there, you
you
want
wanna
the
start
yarn
it
in
right
there,
then.
and you want your needles in there. So either you're going to start it in the car on the way home, hopefully you're not driving, and then if you put it aside in your whip pile, you just take that package out and bam, you got everything to go.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I think
I
it's,
subscribe to that train of thought.
I do too. I do too. I have one more whip in spinning. So I would like to show that, and then we can move on. We have acquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
So My friend
So
Kevin.
wait, but you were gonna tell the story
Which one? Squirrel.
about your needles.
Oh, God.
Have to keep her organized and on track.
Somebody has to. It's really bad.
I'm-
Oh my gosh.
I'm.
Yes, that's her job. Somebody's got to help me out here.
Which one's Felix and which one's Oscar?
You are Felix. I am Oscar. I am like, mañana. You know, I don't, it's, everything's good. Like, it's okay. If you get it done, you do it. Anyways.
So tell about the needles.
I had this carpet bag plus another bag full of needles.
Tangled up mess.
Tangled up needles, cords, trash. Yeah, like yarn papers and ends of yarn, like all
the plastic things that the needles come in.
Yes.
That nobody ever puts them back in.
Yes.
But for some reason,
I kept
you
them.
don't like to throw them away.
Yes, that's correct. And it was, I
A
can't even
mess.
tell you how bad it was. It took Laura one whole day to organize it. She put all the cords, like the Chowgu cords together by sizes in little plastic bags that
I
zip,
labeled.
that she labeled. She put all of my, I must have 4 sets of Chowgus, like the 4-inch, the 5-inch, the 5-inch, the 5-inch, the 4-inch. So all of those, my Likey needles, all those together. I actually got rid of some that I didn't like.
The broken ones
The
we
broken
threw away.
ones we threw away because some of the I had trouble with the
The
Chowgu
mini
minis, the
ones.
real
The
mini
very,
ones.
very thin.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
cord.
Not
Yeah.
a fan of those.
No.
So yeah, so it took her an entire day to do that, and she like this didn't look like this last week. It was a little messier. Let's just say
This
that.
got done on Thursday.
Yeah. And if I took you one day, I will. I'll take you
We'll
into the
have
back.
to do like a
Yeah.
field trip.
Yeah, around my yarn room shenanigans. It's,
We'll do a field trip someday.
yeah, just anyways. Yeah.
All right.
So thank God.
anyways, I'm the organizer of the
And
two
I
of
am
us.
not. So I have been spinning because I have a lot of I know it's a shock, but I have a lot of fiber also. And I really like this created by LCB. I know I mentioned her before. My friend Kevin actually went and checked out her site. Kevin from Needles at the Ready is a beautiful spinner. And he spins on what is it, a Nautilus or?
Something like that.
Yeah,
It's an
he has
e-spinner
an e-spinner.
that he just got at Rhinebeck last year.
Yes.
And he does a beautiful job.
Yes, he does.
I wanna be like him.
Yeah.
Or you.
Yeah. So this is my new spin, and this is called Tree Frog, the
That's
color.
really
Isn't
pretty.
it pretty? Like, look
Yeah.
at that. I'm sure I'll get like a sport to a DK weight out of this. And so my plan is to ply it. So I have it for the next time we show it. And I use a shacked matchless wheel. I have 5 wheels, but that is my favorite wheel. And I actually have, if you notice the bobbins have gears on them, I use a woolly winder.
And hers is cherry wood.
Yeah, mine
is
cherry wood.
maple.
It's really, really, really beautiful. And
That was like a special edition.
yes, it was.
You couldn't get the
No.
cherry wood, like if you wanted to go and order one now, it was like a special edition. I think
Right.
typically they come maple, which
Right.
is a much lighter color.
And we, when I owned the yarn shop, we were suppliers, so I was able to pick one up. But I do love this. I can't. Kevin has inspired me. I'm telling you, he made the traveler shawl by Andrea Mowry.
The green
Yes,
jealous
yes.
monster.
Yes. I'm going to admit it. And when I saw Kevin's, and when he came to the shop on Saturday to Skein, I tried his on. Oh my gosh, it's so squishy.
That traveler cowl that
Yeah,
he
it
made
was
out
beautiful.
of his hand spun.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I'm letting this rest for a couple more days, and then I will ply it and see what happens. And if I get a chance, I will actually start the cowl with it. But yeah, I'm hoping for about 600 yards easy with this. There's each bobbin has 4 ounces. So, and this is a
Nice.
repeatable color. So if anybody likes it, it's called Tree Frog, and it goes from like a beautiful blue to a orange. It's really like a tree frog. It's really beautiful. And this is organic merino. 23 micron wool. It's hand wash because it is not super wash.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool, right? I think that's my, let's check. I think that's all my whips right now.
All right. Well, I have one other thing that I wanted to show that was rug hook related.
Yes.
You showed
Yep.
yours last week.
And I have
or
not
2
worked
weeks
on
ago.
hooking, so.
And neither have I, but this was my very, very first project that I ever did. Remember Gayle told the story about the 1 year that I went to rug school with her, but I didn't hook. I just sat there and knit. After we did that and came back home, she handed me a kit, a rug hooking kit that she said, here, just try this out, you know, see if you like it, you know, how, you know, just try it. So I took
I'm
it.
hoping that she like can't stand it and has to do more.
So I took the kit and I didn't work on it right away, but eventually I did, you know, kind of pull it out and started working on it. So this is my first project that I ever did with rug hooking.
It's so
And
cute.
I thought I would just show it. It's a ram and a U and a flower pot. This style is called primitive style hooking. And it's pretty primitive. And then, so I did all of the hooking, and then our friend Beverly, who was a accomplished seamstress, she turned it into a pillow for me. So she did all of the finish work and the backing and stuffing of it. So it's just a little pillow that I keep on my bed now. But
It's so
I was
good.
pretty proud of that, you know, that, and that was the gateway to my starting
Obsession.
to rug hook. So I thought I'd bring that along and share that.
And on one episode, I definitely want to show them how to cut wool. We'll bring a wool cutter
Oh,
up.
sure, yeah, we can cut
so-
some worms.
Yeah, because a few people that I see that watch the podcast have asked me about it. So we got a little toothy today, so maybe next time we can talk about it. But
Yeah.
we have like lots of acquisitions.
We've got some acquisitions to talk
and then
about.
we have some fun
We're
giveaway.
Yep, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna roll our dice.
Yeah.
We still got lots to do.
Yeah, so all right, so let
do
you
we
start
wanna
with the
do
first
acquisitions?
acquisition. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I've got a whole bag here. All right, so.
Oh, one thing too, I didn't tell you, my brother loved his socks. I showed them last week,
Oh,
the
he got
Woolens and
them?
Nosh, he got them and he said they were perfect fitting, he loved them. So yeah, Woolens and Nosh, love you.
All right, so well, since you mentioned them, it was quite some time ago, probably in the
That's a
middle of
big
the
bag.
night. I know it is. Probably it was in the middle of the night, and you know, Gayle and I have kind of fallen into really liking the Woolens and Nosh sock wool.
Yes.
It's a little bit denser than most sock weight yarns, and so it just makes a really nice, squishy, sturdy sock. So, you know, what do you do when you wake up in the middle of the night? You go on your phone and you start searching around and
Order yarn.
order yarn. So I went onto the Woolens and Nosh website, and I came out with 2 skeins of this, which
She got
is
me one.
Woolens and Nosh, and it's called Half Past Nude, and
Yes.
it's all just very nude skin colors from, you know, from the most Caucasian to the most brown person that you could imagine, and everything in between. And I just love that as it is a self-striping, and it's just beautiful
Oh,
colors
I love it. I can't wait to get
that
this
represents, you know, all the different skin tones.
going. Yes, it's just beautiful.
And then the other thing that I got, and this is also Woolens and Nosh, and this is a sock set, and she's doing what's called a monochromatic series. And so she was offering this one, which was the blue-green, let me make sure I'm getting that right. Yeah, blue-green option with the coral colored matching mini.
And she got me a red violet from the Red Violet series with this lime green. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, what can I say? This is like so, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love them. I love my prizes.
So that was our woolens
This is
and
my
nosh.
prizes.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Then we mentioned Kevin and Ray coming up to Skein Yarn Shop last week, 2 weekends ago now.
Yep.
Gosh, time flies. And so I had to support that effort, and
This
I
is for Vertices,
ended
right?
up with 5 skeins. Who's the 5th one? There it is. 5 skeins of the
Ugh.
Needles at the Ready yarn.
Look at that.
And aren't those just gorgeous? Let me
Look
tell
how
you
pretty their labels
I'll tell
are.
you the, oh yeah, he does a wonderful job.
Isn't that beautiful? This is Chartreuse.
This one is called Twilight. And that one's
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse. This one here is called Tiger's Eye. It doesn't look just like a tiger's eye gemstone.
This is for me. This is Rustic Brick. This is such a Gayle color.
And then the final one that I have here is called, is that an eggplant?
Ugh.
And so those 5, the Vertices Unite pattern
Stephen
by
West.
Stephen West calls for 5 colors. And so I picked those 5 together, and
gonna
I'm
be
gonna make a
beautiful.
Vertices Unite shawl out of those 5.
Beautiful.
So that was my acquisition to support Kevin and Ray with their yarn dyeing business. And then because Gayle purchased the Grid Gambit yarn, I did too, but I didn't just get one, I got 2
Right.
because I couldn't decide. So I've got these 2 Freias.
Oh, look at those
The Freia
colors.
Handpaints. This one is kind of like purpley blue, and this one's got like purple and greenish browns and
Ugh.
whatnot. So with those 2, I got
That
this color to go
Look
with
at that.
this.
Wait, look at that. That's so good. And that's double Sunday.
Yes,
So,
double
so
Sunday.
good.
And then for the other one,
Look at this.
I got this
Ugh.
double Sunday.
You should give me one.
You're making your own.
I know. But it is so good.
So those are my acquisitions.
Is that all? Oh my goodness. That's insane.
I think that was enough.
Yes, that's very good. I want to show you what I got.
All right.
Because I bought stuff too.
Right?
Every day I go to the shop. Or not. All right.
See, so now we have to just get busy knitting.
Yes, there is that.
There's not enough time in the day.
There
Sorry
is
for
not.
all the crinkling.
Yes. All right, so we'll start here.
Uh-oh, what's that?
All right,
I don't know
so-
what that is.
I got this from,
She
what's the name
shops
of
in
it?
the middle of the night,
Yes,
too.
I do. Woolen Company. My daughter Adriana, I had made her a Kyler shawl. I didn't put it in the show notes. If you could remind me, Kyler shawl. My secretary. It's a beautiful shawl, and I had made her one out of Mrs. Babs. I think it was called Sojourn, and it was a all cashmere yarn, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was beautiful. I don't know when she lost it, but she's been afraid to tell me. And she finally told me, so I can't sleep. I've been so upset. I lost the shawl that you made me. And I said, which one? She told me which one. So I said, look, your birthday's February
It's
17th.
a theme. Didn't one of the other girls lose a...
Yes, she lost
Shawl.
mine, but she has hers. I made her a Kyler too in cashmere, but she still has it. So I picked up this from Mayak, and it is yak, baby yak, and silk. And this is the color. She loves gray or black. I don't know if it's blowing out to blue, but it is gray. It's like a light gray.
Beautiful.
And there is
And their yarn is
120.
beautiful.
Oh,
My yak.
127 yards, and I needed.
And what's the breakdown? It obviously has some yak in it, right?
Yes, it is. Let's see. 50 yak and 50 silk.
Wow.
So there's one.
Oh, so the drape on that's going to be
Oh
gorgeous.
yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Now they're different dye lots. I don't know if I can see them from here. but they asked me if I minded. It's a shawl. I don't mind, and I'll either use two at once, or I will just randomly pick them up and not really care because I don't care. And like I said, it's a shawl. They did tell me beforehand that they were different lots, and I told them it was okay.
And
Do you think that would bother you?
it's gonna be all wrapped up around her
Yeah.
little teeny tiny body.
Yes, exactly.
No,
My
it
daughter's
wouldn't
like
bother
90
me.
pounds and 4'11". She's not
Right.
exactly a giant.
And it's not, I mean, she's gonna have it all wrapped around
Yes,
her.
yes.
And then a coat over it
Yes,
probably, so
yes.
she's not gonna mind that little
Oh, she
bit
won't.
of
She won't
total
mind at all.
difference.
Now, because Laura got yarn for Vertices Unite from our friends Kevin and Ray. This is one, and it's for Athena sock, and this one's called Snowy River.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? So that's A.
So that's a variegated.
Yep. And then this is B. This is for Vertices Unite. So these two will play with each other.
Those will stripe together.
Yep.
There's
And
a couple of sections that you stripe together in that pattern.
Then this is C, and this is called Tiger's Eye that Laura has, and this Laura also has Shahu Chartreuse. These two will play together. Absolutely.
Copycat.
Hello. And then the pop color is called Rhubarb, and this is the last color that will play alone. But it goes beautiful with.
So you did two variegateds
Yes.
where I did 5 solids.
Yes. So I got that. Now, I don't know if you all remember, but last week Laura showed her zigzag scarf.
You got jealous about that too?
I was so jealous I couldn't stand it. Now, mind you, when I owned the yarn shop, that's when we first started making them.
I made that.
Yes.
I cast that on the first year that we went to Vogue Knitting with the group from the yarn shop, from your yarn shop.
Correctamundo.
I mean, it's years ago
Yes,
that I
it
cast
is.
that on.
So when I saw hers here, when she showed it on the podcast last week, I was like, this is not right. I should have this. So I went to Skeins, and they happened to have the Mille Colore Baby by Lang.
Did you get 6?
I got 6.
Yep, that's the
And
way to
I
do
did.
it.
Now, some people use 2 of each one. I did not, because you hold 2 together at the same time.
Right,
So
but
you do 2
different.
rows,
You want
2
different
rows.
colors.
So I chose all of these. I
Yep.
mean, hello.
Yep, you want 6
Is this
different.
going to be beautiful?
6 different
Look at
colorways.
that.
At least that's the way that I did it.
Yes.
Because they're all gonna blend together, and
it looks
then
like a
it's-
Missoni scarf, like one of
Yes.
those really expensive Missoni scarves.
Yes,
So this will take me forever. It sounds like a size 2 or
but
something
it really
ridiculous.
won't because you'll be excited about it.
Yeah,
You
changing
always want to
colors.
get to that next color switch.
That's true.
And the only other thing that I would say, and I know that you're gonna poo-poo this, but it really will save you a lot of heartache. Put a marker every 12 stitches. That is the
Pattern.
stitch repeat pattern,
Okay.
and you absolutely
Then you don't
will
have to
mess
think
up.
about
You'll
it.
mess up. You will absolutely mess up, and those markers will absolutely save you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I have. Usually, I don't use markers or
I
white
know.
lines,
I know you
but
don't.
I think that it would be a smart thing to do.
I think so.
Yeah. This is extra.
And anybody that wants to go ahead and do that pattern, I would say the same thing.
Use markers.
Just take the time to put a marker. It's a 12 stitch repeat, and you think, oh, that's easy enough, but
You don't have to pay attention
you
that way.
absolutely will get confused at some point, not remember where you are,
All right, look.
lose a stitch of
Look,
some
Laura.
kind.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but
Good
every
job.
pattern
Yes.
repeat.
It
This-
makes such a difference.
You know what? When I'm knitting, this is my friend Debbie's, but I'm helping her out a little bit. So when I'm knitting on lace, I'm usually watching. Well, I'm always watching TV when I'm doing knitting or listening to a book. You don't really have to pay attention to the pattern because all right, I got to the end of this. I should be at the end of my, at the end of my chart.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not really good at it, but I'm much better than I used to be
It will just save you
It
so
does.
much frustration.
It does.
You
It
put
really
those
does.
back in your
Those are
acquisition
yours.
bag.
I'll take them though.
No, oh, you're right. They are mine.
But I'll take them, no
No,
problem.
you can't have them.
Yep. Yep. So we just
So-
have to talk about. We got to roll the dice, and then
Yes.
we'll talk. So let's roll the dice,
Okay.
and then or the die,
The
as
die.
the case may be, and then we will.
So this is going to be our roll for our whip that we would start working on
Yes.
tomorrow.
Now, a few people said to me, well, what if you roll and we do the same one? Absolutely. So number your projects 1 through 20.
Right. If you happen to roll 6 twice in a row, you just keep working on number
Right.
6.
Now, if you want us to roll for you, you can go with our rolls. So I'm just going to roll this over
Okay,
here.
I'll block
All right,
it
so you
it
ready?
doesn't-
This is for my whip. Number 13. All right, so I got to write that down.
All
So I'll
right,
forget.
yours is number 13.
Number 13.
All right,
Gayle.
let's see what I get.
Don't you have to like blow on it or something? Yeah.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. All right, go. 11.
11. I think I had that last time.
Did you?
Let me look. What is number 11? It sounds so familiar.
Oh, you wrote all yours out with
I
it
did.
on?
I put them in the show
God.
notes down below. Let's see. Laura's dice rolls. Number 11 is the Robin's
So
Nest.
you get to work on
So I
that
get to
again.
work on that again.
Awesome.
And you know what? It's still small enough
Right.
that I can work on it while I'm sitting at my desk.
Yeah.
In between
Awesome.
calls.
Awesome.
Yeah. When things get too big, I can't do that. And quite frankly, it's been so busy, I haven't been able to do much anyways, but every once in a while it gets a
You
little
get to pick up
slow.
some needles
And I
and-
can just, do a couple of stitches in between a call.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So 13 and 11. You
Yep.
heard it here. You heard it first from Gayle and Laura.
Right.
And now let's talk about our.
So let's talk about the
This
prize.
is-
Yeah.
Right.
So, remember my story about how I sent my things to my friend Jackie in Ohio because I had sent her a book and then forgot to change the address. So she mailed the things back to me, which included 2 dice, 2 sets of numbers, and a box of the pins, which you get like 50 pins in a box, so it's enough for the 2. So we're gonna put together 2 sets, the dice and the numbers.
And the pins.
And the pins. So you'll get the dice, the number, and the pin all set up. And those are gonna be 2 prizes. And so what we would like to do is ask for some comments using the word shenanigan. Tell us what shenanigans has been going on in your yarn room or whatever you would like, but somewhere in the comment,
Just have shenanigans.
have the word shenanigans with a S, shenanigans. And then the next time when we podcast, we're gonna pick,
Random generate 2
we're gonna random generate 2 numbers
from the comments.
from the comments, and then we will send those prizes out so that, so if you're interested, don't just put your name in if you're not interested in, doing a roll of the dice for your whips.
I'm
But-
sure they are. It's so fun. You'll love it.
I know, but some people are monogamous knitters and they don't have a lot of whips like you and I do.
Yeah.
But then there are people like you and I.
Yeah.
So anyways, if you think it's something that you would use, we certainly would like you to comment, and we certainly want to be able to give away our very first prizes for our brand new podcast that we're just having so much fun doing. So please comment using the word shenanigans, and at our next podcast, which will be in 2 weeks, which I think would be the 15th. Today is the 1st, so next Saturday is the 8th, and the Saturday after that's the 15th. So we'll do the random number generator then, pick those 2 numbers, and send out those prizes.
All right, I gotta say one more thing.
Okay.
If anybody doesn't watch Reacher,
Oh, yeah.
I think
good.
you need to watch Reacher. I was just thinking about him. I don't know why.
Because he looks good?
He is so fine. He's like a building with feet. I said to the
He's
girls,
a big guy.
Wait.
And then they had someone on there that was even bigger.
I know, but not as good as him. I swear to God, he could crack walnuts with his behind. He's so good.
He's
so just check
very-
out Reacher.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't have any more words. That's all. I really liked
He's
Reacher, and I
very
watched
handsome.
it last night, the new episode.
You
I'll watch
did?
it with you again.
All right. Because you know you're not supposed to do
I know. I just couldn't help it. I saw a new episode. I was like, yeah. So, anyways, podcast. So, guys, check out. I know we've said it before.
Yes.
You have to check out obviously the Grocery Girls, Needles at the Ready, because they're our best buds. We love them. They always have something interesting to say. They have great projects. We love them.
Yep. Skein Scoop.
Skein Scoop.
And Never Not Knitting RI. So Skein Scoop is Lori and Justine from the Skein Yarn Shop, and Never Knitting RI is Justine's
The
own
Bakery Bears
podcast. Yes, the Bakery Bears.
Dan and
That's
Kay
one of my
Jones.
favorites. And they've just started a new series.
Remember they did the castles?
Yes, and now they're doing the stately era.
Oh wow.
So
Dan he's a videographer, and he takes these beautiful videos. The one that I was just thinking about was the one that he did on castles. And I mean, she's an amazing knitter,
and he's such
she
a
dyes.
historian.
And, yes.
Like you learn so much.
Yes, so that's
from
the
both of
Bakery
them.
Bears.
Yep,
They're
the
really,
Bakery
really
Bears.
good.
And it is their full-time job, and they take great care in their production. It really is a production. It's not, it's not fly by the seat of your pants.
Right, like us.
They
Right.
really do a wonderful production. Dan's brother does the music. It's just a
It's a whole thing.
It's like watching a documentary
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes,
it really is.
He has like drones that fly above
Yep.
things, and it's just amazing. Also,
Yep.
Fleece and Harmony.
And again, shout out to Woolen Wishes. The dice came from them. The idea of the dice. So want to just make sure. And I just love those two ladies. Oh, and just to make a correction from last time, I had explained about that Kirsty and Tracy were sister-in-laws, but I did have it a little bit wrong.
But we were close. You said you were close.
Kirsty is married to John, and Kirsty's brother is Nathan, and Nathan and Tracy are married. So I had John and Nathan. I don't think I even mentioned a Nathan
Right.
the last time. But so Tracy's husband is Nathan, and Nathan is Kirsty's brother, and then Kirsty is married to John. So just to, clean that mistake up.
All good. All
And,
good. So, all right.
All right. Is it a wrap?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked us, please hit subscribe. If you don't, move on. There's a million videos out there.
Absolutely.
So-
Like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Do it. You can
Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.